Hello, humans. It is I, Commander Starscream, and I'm ready for Transformers.
Alfonso, this is Optimus Prime. Transform and roll out!
What's up, Alfonso Nation? Alfonso Peterman here. Welcome, one and all, to another video. We're going to be talking about what just happened. The craziness that just unveiled. It is, as of this date, as of the recording of this date, it is June 23rd. Yesterday, June 22nd, was a massive day for the Transformers franchise. I mean, like, literally, it was completely dead. We had news going here, news going there, news going everywhere. Different kinds of reports. Even sometimes conflicting reports. We had even, reports from certain sites that were bringing up information from, like, a long time ago that was already outdated. It was a very strange kind of limbo that we've been in for so long, and now we finally have arrived to the point where we have not only some official information, but we've got some very specific details. Now, I'm not going to go over everything that was been said, because a lot of it is considered spoilers, and I don't even want to read it. But, like, the general idea of what this next live action film is going to bring is going to be freaking amazing. I hope you guys enjoyed this format as well for this video. I'm changing up the style for the channel, for a lot of the things that I post, because I'm putting a lot of focus on my other channel as well. So there's like I'm gonna have like different things going on. Things might be a little different, but hey, I mean, you might like this podcast style video where I just basically talk about the recent developments of the live action franchise, and if you do, give me that feedback in the comment section. I can truly deserve it. So Transformers Rise of the Beasts has been confirmed. Oh my goodness, we obviously had the tentative title Beast Alliance for quite some time, and I didn't have a problem with it. It was a good title, it was a decent title, and I did like it. I liked what it meant. It's kind of the same scenario that they're going with Rise of the Beast, but I like the format. They're basically following the same framework, general framework of how they've named the films over the course of the decade. Even in the Michael Bay franchise, you had, Revenge of the Fallen, you had Dark of the Moon, and then you have Age of Extinction, and now we have Rise of the Beast. And I can only, part of me feels like, they've taken some inspiration from, like, the Rise of the Planet of the Apes, which was like the apes, the gorillas, the monkey. Like, I feel like they've taken some inspiration from that. And who's to say they won't do, War of the Beasts next? I don't know, but it's a very interesting title. I like it, and I've never been more excited, guys. Like, the thing about this that's exciting is not only that we're getting a live action film, but we're getting one that is completely new, completely different, completely outside of the Bayverse, as far as we understand. And it could be a continuation to Bumblebee, which most people enjoy. People really enjoy Bumblebee. And if we looked at the designs that they've been talking about for these particular characters, Optimus Prime is still in his G1 truck mode, but it's kind of like it's got some push bumpers, some little barriers on there. Bumblebee is gonna still have that little Camaro style that he had whenever he left Charlie, but it's gonna have like an off-road style, like probably some bumpers and some extra floodlights and stuff like that. So we're seeing already the same kind of continuation. We're seeing like a linear pattern where, we're like kind of evolving the character designs, evolving from Bumblebee. So we're already seeing signs that this is going to continue from Bumblebee, and it even is taking place in the year 1994 in Brooklyn. Super excited for that. The scenes that they're going to be filming in Canada is going to be basically set in Brooklyn, New York. So it's in real life it is shot in Canada, but in the film, it will be set in Brooklyn, New York. And of course, they're going to Peru. They're going to be shooting in Machu Picchu, which is like one of my favorite places to study. That was an amazing ancient civilization, and Machu Picchu is going to be featured in this next film, which is awesome. But what I mean, the biggest thing for me that they uncovered was the fact that we've got our traditional Autobots along with the Beast Wars characters. We got Beast Wars style Terrorcons, Predacons, and we have Maximals along with the Autobots. So, it is still technically kind of like a Beast Alliance. It's an alliance with what we've known, with what we are now getting introduced to in a live action franchise from the series. So I'm incredibly excited for that. It is going to be amazing. I've said it before, you know, I've never really been that much excited for Beast Wars. It's never something that's really been exciting for me, but the fact that we're getting this merge, this is basically like a big merger film, and you know, it's going to be on a big screen, and it has the budget of $200 million. Like, that is the kind of level that, you know, the Michael Bay franchise produced their films in. So that's like, it's not going to be some crappy movie. This is going to be well made, and of course, obviously, the Terrorcons apparently are going to be the main antagonists of the film, and you know, it is said that Scourge will be the leader of the Terrorcons, and he's going to be the one that's going to basically be causing all the havoc. So even the Decepticons, though they are there, they're not going to be as big and bad, which I'm very intrigued to see. Honestly, I really have to see this first trailer. Like, how are they going to do this? How are they going to do this first trailer? So yeah, we have Lorenzo Di Bonaventura. He's actually, you know, still in the mix here. People have mixed feelings about that. I honestly don't really care. I mean, you know, I enjoyed all the other previous films. There were terrible things in them, you know, obviously, but I enjoyed them as a whole. I mean, they were all fun films, and Lorenzo had a part somewhat to play in that, but I understand why they want him out of there. Stephen Caple Jr. obviously directing this one. But all in all, one of the biggest exciting things for me is that Optimus Prime will return. And he's not just returning. He's not returning as Jake Fushi. We're not doing that. He's returning as Optimus Prime, voiced by Peter Cullen. The legend is returning to the big screen. That, for me, y'all know, I don't even have to explain it. That, for me, is huge, because it's been so long, you know, we finally have a pulse in the heartbeat of the live-action franchise, and not only is it a pulse, it's a pulse with familiar faces and familiar voices. So excited for that. Mirage, Silver Blue Porsche 911, or 911, it's gonna be so cool. He's said to have a characterization similar to the Age of Extinction Crosshairs, so that's gonna be really interesting to see. RC, Robot Mode, close the G1, and she's gonna be a Ducati 916 motorcycle. I just can't, I can't wait to see, these designs, I just can't wait to see these designs. Nightbird, Scourge, Airraiser, Rhinox, Optimus Primal, and apparently the CGI of Optimus Primal that was previously unveiled or, you know, shown, it was a concept, they didn't really actually go with it. It was supposed to be for Transformers Last Night. They're apparently going with something related to that, but it has a whole lot more fur. So exactly what I thought, or what I wanted, a giant metal, you know, because one of the questions that were being brought up in the community was like, are these beast characters, are they going to just be regular animals, but then they're going to convert into robots? Or are they going to be these giant metallic robots that, you know, that convert to giant metallic beasts? Well, this basically confirms it. They're giant metallic robots, exactly what I wanted. Now, I'm sure people probably wanted something different. I like this. I think this is good for a big screen, big budget, big movie type film. And, you know, for people who are not interested in the Beast Wars story, and I'm talking people who are not even interested in Transformers, per se, you know, like the random general public who just wants to go watch the movie, it's going to be cool for them to see these giant freaking robotic animals, you know, running around. So yeah, Anthony Ramos is going to be taking the lead along with Dominique Fishback. She's been very excited. She can't believe that she's even like doing this right now. She's going to be playing Elena, who I think is going to be working at a museum. So there's going to be a lot of like a human character building up, and then obviously, you know, you have the giant robot characters like Optimus Prime and Optimus Primal. They will be shooting in Peru for about 6 weeks, and my guess is that that Peru scene, that Machu Picchu scene, might be somewhat like near the beginning of the film, because it might be like a flashback type scene, and they might flash forward into like Brooklyn, New York, and then whenever they're in Brooklyn, that's when they might introduce like the human characters, and they might introduce all the human elements. Yes, humans are going to be in it, but it's a big film. You know, I'm not necessarily upset. We've had human cast forever, you know, in the live-action franchise. This is nothing that's cancerous. We've seen this before. And I like it. I really like it. So that's just my initial thoughts of what's going on. Rise of the Beast is a terrific name. Anthony Ramos, Dominique Fishback, terrific actors. Stephen Caple Jr. is a terrific director. You know, the locations are terrific. You know, the whole concept of bringing G1 Transformers with the Beasts, merging them together, you know, creating this alliance, that alone, it's terrific because it can please so many people in the community. It's not just pleasing G1 fans. And it might even please Michael Bay fans because of the level, the scale that, you know, Michael Bay created his films, the standard he set with the budget and everything that, you know, all the action. It might have that too. So even the Michael Bay fans might have something to take away from this. I'm a G1 fan, I'm a Michael Bay fan, not much of a Beast Wars fan, but I'm still absolutely stoked that we finally have another Transformers movie brewing. June 24th, 2022. We are a year away. We are exactly a year away from this film. And as we get closer, as we approach, more things will be unveiled, concepts will be unveiled, trailers will be dropped, figures are going to be confirmed. Movement and action and energy is going to start ramping up. And my only hope that this film brings is that it really just revives the franchise, the whole franchise. This might actually make me a Beast Wars fan. That's how absolutely phenomenal I feel like this is going to be. So if you guys want to see all the information, there's a lot of spoiler stuff about different characters and what the roles they play. I'm not reading that. I honestly just want to have an empty slate for the most part. You know, have a general idea, maybe watch a trailer or two. But for the most part, I really just kind of want to have an empty slate. And I want to go in there with very low expectations. And I want everybody to have the same thing. It's kind of hard right now because there's a lot of stuff dropping, a lot of excitement to be had. But honestly, for me, I think I'm going to just keep my expectations low. I'm going to stay chill with this and just enjoy the ride. So I encourage everybody else to enjoy the ride too. Don't expect a million things, because when it doesn't happen, just like every other time, you know, disappointments are bound to happen. I'm gonna enjoy whatever they make with this, even if it's not what I prefer or what I want a Transformers Prime movie. You know, I want a live action Transformers Prime film. You know, I would love to have a live action origin film for Optimus Prime. Apparently he's gonna have his origin told in this one, so this is probably gonna be the film that a lot of us have been waiting for and be the film that we all deserve. So if you guys are excited, put it in the comments. I'm ready, I'm excited. What are you excited the most for? Anyways, thanks for watching, hope you guys enjoyed it, and remember, hold on to your dreams. The future is built on dreams. Never give up and never give in. Alfonso Nation, transform and roll out till all are one. Goodbye, my friends.